Okay class, so we're going to do another ellipse question here. I have my large set square, my 60-30. I have my smaller set square, my 45 degree. I've got my compass, and I've got my pencil. I've got my pencil sharpened, ready to go as well. Okay, so we'll start the setup now. Okay, so it's down 200, in 200. Okay, so I'm going to measure down 200 millimeters from the borderline at the top. I'm going to draw a horizontal construction line. Okay, so measure down 200, draw a horizontal construction line across. I'm going to come in 200 from the border on the left. I'm going to draw a vertical construction line. Okay, so that's going to be the bottom of my model. Now, if I go back to the measurements, you can see here that this is the bottom of the line here, and I'm going to come up. So the major axis is 130, the minor axis is 80 diameters. So the radius then of the major axis is 65 millimeters. Now this time the ellipse, as we can see, is sitting up on its end. So it's like a rugby ball getting ready to be kicked. Alright, so I've got 10, 5, 10 here, that's 25, and then 65. So 65, okay, 65 and 25, so we've got 90 millimeters. So I'm going to go till I get this center point here. So I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to come up from this line. I'm going to measure 65. That's going to give me the center. Again, that's a construction line. That's going to give me the center of my circle. Right? I'm going to take my large set square here. I'm going to set 65 millimeters up on my compass. And I'm going to draw my major axis circle. Again, this is construction. Alright. And I'm going to draw my minor axis. So I know the diameter is 80, so the radius must be half of that, which is 40. Okay. So 40 millimeters. Now, as we said, this time the ellipse is sitting up on its end. So here is my points on the end of my major axis. Here is the points on the end of my minor axis. Now it's a bit different this time, but we're still going to approach it the same way. I'm still going to take my large 60-30 set square and I'm going to divide it up through the center line. Okay. Okay. Now, this time I'm working on my major axis here. This is my major axis. This is my minor axis. I'm going to put them on a little bit heavy to show you. Now what you can do is move your whole setup round to the side. Right? So now what we're going to do is where these divisions hit the big circle, I'm going to drop them vertically. I can do that here and here. So we're working sideways now. Now where they hit the small circle, I'm going to take them horizontally. Now I'm going to put in my points for you to see. Okay, I can zoom in a bit to show you this a bit better. Okay. Now I need to do them on the other side. Okay. Okay, so that's all my points. Now I'm going to come around to the side I'm going to start to put them in. Again, light lines joining up all the points. And I'm going to keep this ellipse nice and light. Okay. Now I'm not going to put in this ellipse heavy yet. I'm going to keep these lines nice and light, making sure I'm hitting every point, getting it looking as elliptical as possible. Right? So I've set my ellipse up as if Johnny Sexton's going to kick it. Right? So it's propped up for him. And there you go. Okay, so we hold at that point now. Okay, so having got our ellipse drawn here in nice and light, I'm going to put this frame around it. So if we go back to the drawing, we can see there's this frame holding this mirror, this elliptical mirror up. And we've got the measurements for it here, and I'm going to send them on to you as well. Alright, so you can see there's a bit of a curve here, and there's a curve here we have to deal with. Alright, so if I go back to my drawing, I'm going to start in the center line here. It's the easiest place to start. And I'm going to come out. I'm going to extend that line out. Now I know if I go back to the drawing, that I come out 5 mil here on each side, so it's completely symmetrical. So I'm going to come out 5 mil, and then this frame is 5 mil as well. See that? Okay, so if I go back, come along here with my big set square, measurements down, I'm going to come 5 and 5, and I'm going to do the same the other side, 5 and 5. Alright, so construction lines, I'm holding the pencil at the end. Nice vertical construction lines. Okay. Can maybe afford to zoom out a wee bit now. Okay. Now at the bottom, again if I go back, at the bottom here we come down 10, 5 and 10. So I'm going to put in those dimensions now, here at the bottom. So again I've got my big set square, 10, 5 and 10. Okay, horizontal construction lines this time. Perfect. 10, 5 and 10. Now we've got some divisions out on the side I need to look at. So out here we see 25 millimeters. So I'm going to do those now. So from here I'm going to come in 25, and that's really giving me the base, and I'm going to do the same on the left side, 25. Now, to make it a bit clearer for myself, I can put in some of the heavy detail now. So I'm going to put in a heavy line here. I'm going to do the same the other side because it's symmetrical. We come up 10 millimeters here, so I'm going to set that dimension in, come across there, across here, the same on the left hand side. Okay. Now, got a curve in here on the inside. I know it's radius 10. So I'll just zoom in and see how we're going to deal with this. So in here, there's a curve and it's radius 10. So to get that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up 10 and I'm going to come over 10. So, and that there gives me the center point for my compass. So if I come along now with my compass and I set it at 10 millimeters, I should be able to do that curve in nicely, that it touches here and here. Another trick is that you put the compass there and there, and that will give you the center of your circle, and then we come around with our curve like that. See that? So again, this much right here, here, and that leaves us that we can do our nice curve on the left hand side as well. And make sure your compass is nice and sharp, make sure your lead is sorted for that. Okay, so I can put in my heavy line there, and I can put in my heavy line here, the line here. Now, I've only got this curve on the bottom to deal with now. If I go back and look at the measurements, you can see here we're told that it's a radius, okay, some radius here. We're not told what radius that is. We're told draw an outline. The centre of O and arc A is obtained by finding point of intersection between the perpendicular bisectors of the two chords. Okay, so we've got these 3 points here. So go back to full screen. We've got these 3 points here, here, and here. Right? I need to find where the center is here. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to join from this point to this line. Light construction. Now I'm going to bisect that line there. Alright? So I'm going to bisect that line from that point 1 to that point 2. Alright? Bisect that line. So to bisect the line, I'm going to get my compass. I'm going to put the point on one side, and I'm going to make sure that my compass is over halfway the distance of that line. I'm going to do an arc down here. I'm going to do an arc up here as well. And then I'm going to move the point to point 2, and keeping that same distance on my compass, I'm going to draw my arcs. Now these arcs aren't intersecting, so I'm going to go back and push it so they do intersect. So there's the 2 curves, here and here, the 2 arcs intersecting. I'm going to line up. I'm going to draw that point way down there. Right? Now I'm going to extend this vertical right down, and where they cross, that gives me a point. It's down in my title lock. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to put my point on my compass there. I'm going to measure to 2, and it should be the same distance to 1, and then I'm going to draw on my nice arc. Alright? And there's my nice arc. Okay, we adjust now. Come back a bit. Okay, so now I can go in. I've only got a connection to do now between the frame and the mirror. Put my nice line across there. Got my curves here, my arc. Now I'm going to go over nice and heavy now on my ellipse. Okay. Okay, finish it off. I'm going to get you to colour in the frame. Okay, so colour in the frame, and we'll leave the ellipse. Leave the nice construction. You can see my construction lines and my heavy lines. There's a nice difference there. Okay, so try and do that. Again, go over your lines then at the very end on your ellipse, make them nice and heavy, make the curves nice and smooth. Don't be afraid to move around on the board. Get them nice and smooth. Okay, keep your pencil sharp at all times. Your work will be good if your pencil's sharp. Same as if your chisel's sharp, your work will be good. Okay, so well done, try that and post it up for me.